Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is November 21st, 2025. We are looking at Proverbs chapter 21, and we're going to look at verse 2. This verse is probably one of the verses that thrills me and terrifies me the most every month. One of my favorites, but also one of the most challenging verses for me. A man's ways seem right to him, but Yahweh evaluates the motives. Honestly, I do a lot of things because I think, this is the right thing to do, and then later realize I wasn't listening to God at all. It was all selfish. Anybody like that? I'm sure I'm not the only one, right? So many times in the world I've encountered people where they've said, "Why does God allow bad things to happen?" Well, because people make dumb choices. And he has to allow us to make those choices, right? It all comes down to, what are we going to learn? I mean, constantly throughout the Old Testament, we read, and by this they will know that I am Yahweh God. I am the Creator, and it's about this consequence, both positive or negative, that they've experienced, right? Proverbs 21:2, all a man's ways seem right to him, but the Lord evaluates the motives. There are so many times where I have really, really done something believing that I am listening to God and it is exactly what God wants me to do. I am in my heart of hearts knowing that what I'm doing is right. And it all comes about and ends, and it was not good. And I realized that I had missed something. Somebody had spoke something to me that I didn't hear, or I rejected, or I read something, or I wasn't aware of something. Had I waited 10 more minutes, I would have been better off, those kinds of things. And yet, good things came out of it, but not the good that I thought that was going to come out of it. And then I had to grow from that experience. By the way, every time that's ever happened where I'm convinced I'm doing the right thing and it doesn't go the way that I was sure that God wanted it to turn out. I mean, good things happened, but it wasn't what I knew God wanted. In those moments, I learned to hear God's voice just a little clearer when He shows me the areas where I missed Him. But He honors it because I was absolutely convinced I was doing it right. On the other side of that, there are many times I do things and I know this is not what God wants me to do, but it's fun. It feels good. I'm too tired to fight against it. Whatever my excuse is in the moment. Guess what? God evaluates the motives. Correction because I did it based on my belief that I did it right is far different than correction that I receive when I did it because I was just too lazy, too tired. I just wanted what I wanted, but I could ignore the other for a minute so I could get this momentary sense of pleasure, whatever that might be. That God evaluates that motive too. Either way, by this, they will know that I am Creator God is a statement of truth. One is uncomfortable. The other is downright, absolutely unpleasant. But either way, the Lord knows. Like I said, this is one of my favorite verses every month to read, and it's also one of the most challenging verses every month to read. Because when I know that I am moving in the direction of God, and I am doing it with all my heart, my mind, and my spirit, right? I am chasing God. I get things wrong, and He's going to honor me in it, and He's going to teach me through it. That's amazing. The Lord evaluates my motives. But it also is terrifying because I can't just rely on it for that. I have to recognize that it's true for those times where, I'm just not feeling it today. Too tired. I hurt. I'm getting old and my body aches and I don't have it in me. You ever had those days? Just don't have it in me. I just need to medicate. And used to be that was with alcohol, sex, whatever, but the reality is today, I'm still guilty. So are you. Finding things to medicate with. It may simply be scrolling on Facebook when I could be talking to God, reading my Bible. I could be having a conversation with somebody that He's been impressing on me to talk to for a while, and it's just going to be uncomfortable. And so I'm just going to put it off until it's too late. The reality is I'm not saying those words to myself, but I know that that's what it is, right? Yahweh evaluates the motives. Are we chasing after God today? You're never going to get it all right, but you're going to learn from it. And you're going to get better and grow and be more like Jesus. Or you're going to experience the correction. Either way, you're going to know that He is God. Sometimes messages like this are hard for me because I don't like them, but they're good for me because I need them. I'm assuming somebody out there that's true as well. Guys, I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.